Okay, deliverance is the salvation of the Lord out of a situation from evil spirits, demons, devils, unclean spirits, whatever you want to call it. There are a few different ways that they're mentioned in the Bible. Deliverance is the Lord saving a people. And so one of the first instances of deliverance that we see, or one of the major deliverances that we see, is the Lord delivers the children of Israel out of Egypt. He takes them out of a place of bondage and captivity. That is the type of deliverance. Another is we see Jesus freeing people from unclean spirits. And when he pulled up to the shore and the men ran to him and they're like, Jesus of Nazareth, what would why do you come here to torment us? And he's like, come out. And he begins to call the devils out. Sometimes deliverance is bring demons, demonic spirits, unclean spirits out of you. And then there's other times that we can be delivered when it has to do with healing. And so healing and deliverance really run very closely together, because the spirit of infirmity can oftentimes represent itself or present itself as a sickness or disease. And so we can get delivered from a sickness or disease. I think that there's oppression, there's stuff that's on us, there's depression, stuff that weighs us down. Deliverance gets us free from all of that. Now, some deliverance is walked out. And so there's times where the Lord will walk with a person and teach them and train them. I think that information has deliverance qualities. Being transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's a type of deliverance. Yeah, I'm getting worked up. But is deliverance for Christians? Is deliverance for unsaved people, or both? My answer is it's for both. Now, for the majority, now listen, healing is the children's bread. Deliverance is the children's bread. It's for the children of God. It is for the children. Everybody who belongs to God, they are candidates, perfect candidates for deliverance. Now, this flies in the face of so much of what people are taught, because they feel like, I can't be possessed by a demon. Now, here's the thing. We got to look at translations. We got to look at the way that the words were put into the Bible and how they were translated and what they mean for us and the connotation. I don't believe that a Christian human can be possessed. That means owned by a demon. Can they be inhabited? Yes, because why would Jesus tell us to cast the devil out? That means the devil's in there. The best example that I've heard is just like a house. You can have a home and have one person in a room and they don't live there. They're like a squatter and they're upstairs in the attic and they're hiding out. I feel like that's how demons are. Jesus owns the house. He has the title. He has the deed. But there are still rooms that have not been excavated and evacuated by devil. So then deliverance is for those who are not saved. And so there we see examples where Jesus is dealing with a Gentile woman, even a Samaritan woman, and calls them out of stuff that they were in, and it wasn't for them, and Jesus said to her, like, don't you know, like, I came here for the children. I came here to give bread to the children. And this woman is like, well, even the dogs get the crumbs from the master's table. And boom, Jesus was like, what? Your faith is what's about to get you what you need. And so I really believe that when unsaved people have faith and they're desperate enough and they're like, I don't care what it is, I want to be saved. Oh, Jesus, you can do this? And they begin to believe that he can do it. Because in order to believe that he can do it means that you believe that he is powerful, that he is Lord over all of it. I think, okay, getting excited. In order to do that, we start to see, okay, these people now believe, and then Jesus can heal them and ultimately transform them. I've seen people get delivered from drugs instantly. I've seen people, and they're not believers, and then come to Christ. I think sometimes we try to put parameters on everything and try to make rules because we think that a formula will get us to where we want to go. A formula will never get you to where you want to go. Ultimately, the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal needs to be trust and reliance on the Holy Spirit. And so when we do that, we understand that we have power over the darkness, we have power over the enemy, and we begin to set people free because Christ in us, the hope of glory.